6:30. If I could have your attention, please. We're going to call this meeting to order and begin. First, I'd like to do roll call. All 7 board members are present, so we have a quorum present. This meeting is open for business and legally binding. Item 3 is agenda, and we need a motion to approve this agenda.
Move.
Second. Who was the second?
Mr. Smith.
Okay. Is there discussion about the agenda? Okay, all in favor of approving the agenda? Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Item number 4 listed is our invocation and pledge of allegiance. This afternoon, I'm going to ask Mr. Joseph Parnell to lead us in our invocation. He serves on our county commission, and then we will follow that with our pledge of allegiance, led by Mr. Tiger Rayburn. And he was asked because he's currently working in our schools, and he's working to complete his Eagle Scout project. So,
if you will, bow your heads and join me in prayer. Dear Lord Jesus, we come before you tonight, God, with humble hearts. We're so appreciative of the opportunities that you've given us, God, to live in this county that we live in and be surrounded by the people that we're surrounded by. God, we want to ask you to please lay your hand on these elected officials tonight, that they'll make wise decisions, God, and that you would lead them in the right direction for the betterment of our county. We ask this in your name, Christ Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Good morning.
Attention, salute, pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Parnell and Tiger. Tiger, would you like to say anything about your project?
I'm not currently working on the project. I'm still trying to get up to being a high enough rank to start working on it, but I'm trying to get up to that rank right now.
Okay, well, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's see, item 5, we have visitors listed, and we have several today. First, I'm going to ask Ms. Pitts to step forward. Ms. Pitts brought some of her students today. She wants to recognize for an award they have recently earned, and she's going to tell us a little bit about that.
All my students and parents. Hey, I got a lot of students and parents. I'm so happy they could come. I got a lot that couldn't come. So, but anyway, do me a favor, baby. Just go over there and stand. All my students, you go over there and stand. Okay, I tell you what, might be good if you stand against that wall over there, then the board members can see you too, and then all these public people. Okay. Okay. Scoot on down, Oscar. Scoot on down. Okay. All right, hope all their parents are in here. You're fine. We're very fortunate that y'all did come because we would have had to just extended the run. But when I got the good fortune of going to Clanton Intermediate School, I brought a program with me that I had used at Jemison Elementary School, and that was an AR program and trying to earn points and giving the kids some awards for their accomplishments. And right now, if they get 100 points, they will get T-shirts. And so this year alone, we got over 350 kids that are going to get T-shirts at our school. If they get 250 points, then they get a $10 gift card to Walmart. And we have got over 250 children that are going to get those $10 gift cards. We have 26 librarians, and I didn't ask them to come tonight because next year I hope they may work their way up into being superintendent of the day. We've got 24 principals for Clanton Intermediate School. We have 13 children that will be superintendent of the day tomorrow. Hope nobody calls in sick. But and then we have 11 students that have already gone to Clanton Middle School to be the principal at Clanton Middle School. And we thank Carla White for working with us on that. Then today we had 8 students that went to Chilton County High School to be the principal of the day. Ron Pinson and his staff were just wonderful to the children. And then, and I'll have to go back and just clarify one thing. And Friday, Miss Rebecca Drellkill is going to be kind enough to let 6 of these children that now have over 1,000 points go back to their origin of where they started in school. And so that's our top award to go and shadow her for the day. So to get to be principal at Clayton Intermediate School, they had to have 500 points, 600 points to be superintendent, and that we never thought they would read more than that. So then we had to come up with other things. So then it was 750 for Clayton Middle School, 900 points for Chilton County High School, and over 1,000 to get to Rebecca School. So I'm very pleased with all these students, and some of them are here tonight. So when I call your name, if you'll wave at the crowd so they'll know and your mama can see you to get a picture, that'll be wonderful. So John Peralt's going to be a principal for me at Clayton Intermediate School. Marshall Thornhill's going to get to be principal at Clayton Intermediate School. Emma Elmore, and I must stop a minute, little blonde-headed child, I don't know if you can see her. She's a 3rd grade student.
Wow.
And she has read over 900 points now, this 1 year. So she is going to be the principal of the day at my school, superintendent here tomorrow. She's already been to Clayton Middle School as a principal, and that little short thing went to Chilton County High School today and was principal there. And if she keeps reading by Friday, Rebecca, she'll be at your school. And I don't know what we're going to do with her for the next 2 years. We also have here tonight Evan Loftus, and he is going to be principal at my school. Angela Tilley. Angelia, I'm sorry, babe, you just helped me out. She's precious. She also was runner-up in our spelling bee this year, and she's only in 4th grade. But she is going to be principal at Clayton Intermediate School, be superintendent tomorrow, and has already been principal at Clayton Middle School. We got Stephen Cromer, you wave out, and he's going to be principal at my school. Marion Day will be the principal at my school. She'll be superintendent tomorrow. She's already been at Clayton Middle School, already been at Chilton County High School, and will be at Clayton Elementary School on Friday. And let me say, when I'm reading these out, this is just done this year that they've done. Last year, some of them got awards too. Eli Crawford, there he is. Raise that hand a little higher there. Show them how cute you are. He is going to be principal at my school. Brooke Freeman, set the woods on fire reading this year. She is going to be principal at my school. She's going to be superintendent of the day. She's already been principal at Clayton Middle School, principal at Chilton County High School, and she will go and be principal at Clayton Elementary School on Friday. Jasmine Nash, there she is. She'll be principal for me, and she will be superintendent of the day here tomorrow. Brianna Peralt, she will be principal for me. She'll be superintendent tomorrow, and she's already been principal at Clayton Middle School. Oscar Rocha, he will be principal for me, and he will be superintendent of the day tomorrow. And then Coben Crumpton, there he is. He's going to be principal for me, and he will be superintendent of the day tomorrow. Then I have Dennis Mitchell here tonight. And Dennis, he had the fortune to be superintendent last year and principal for me. So this year, he's already been principal at Clayton Middle School. He was principal at Chilton County High School today, and he will go to Rebecca Thrill School on Friday to be principal there. Did I leave any of y'all out that are here tonight? Oh,
she just came in.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, darling, you tell them who you are tonight, because you were principal at Chilton County High School today. You went Zayden, I'll just tell them. You're Zayden Jones. And she looked like she was about to get a little shy at that moment. But she will be principal of the day, or she'll be superintendent tomorrow, and has already been principal of the day at Clayton Middle School and principal of the day at Chilton County High School. And you will be going to Clayton Elementary School too. All this is done this 1 year. They're just reading like crazy at that school. Who knew I could hang some t-shirts out and then I'll come. So, but I'm very proud of them, and I thank you for giving me this opportunity to brag on them. And you got to remember, there's really over 100 of them, so we're glad we didn't bring them tonight. Okay, or they couldn't come. I'm not going to say we didn't bring them.
And I would just say any decisions that are made tomorrow afternoon will be on this group right here. So just read that in the paper. Just know that they help make those decisions. So.
There you go. There you go. All right, well, thank you so much for this opportunity, and students, y'all have done such a great job, and you can actually be dismissed if you want to be, and your parents can be dismissed if they want to be, or you can stay. All right, great job.
Okay, next on our agenda, we have another set of visitors. We have Diane and Butch Zaragoza. They're representing Culture City. And Culture City is going to be donating a sensory room to Jemison Elementary School. Ms. Coppage and Ms. Porter are here on behalf of special education and the school, but I invite you both to share with us.
Thank you.
Well, I was telling them earlier, once I get started talking about Culture City, it's really hard to stop me because I'm so passionate about this. Just really quick, I met the Mahas back in 2014 and heard their story and was just so impressed with their vision of what they wanted to do and how they wanted to go about it, because the way they wanted to do this with Culture City was totally out of the box from any other nonprofit that has started up. And I think they have been very successful. But what I'm here today, or this evening, to say to you people is what you're doing, how important it is that this is started in the school, that we start recognizing that we have children that needs a little bit more than what other children need in the school, so that they can become part of society, be productive, their families can feel good about what their children are learning and doing, and not worry so much about them because they're getting this opportunity to be part of other activities and things. And that's what I have seen with the many families that I have met since 2014 and the events that Culture City has done to bring these families in and do things like at the zoo, we've had zoo night, and see the faces on these children to do something that they've never had the opportunity to do before because their parents just didn't feel comfortable taking them out for fear of what others may perceive or think if they, you know, were in a situation where they just got overwhelmed by the lights, the noise, the number of people and everything. So as far as a society, it is our responsibility to recognize that inclusion for these families, whether they're autistic, Down syndrome, PTSD, Alzheimer's, all of this that involve any type of sensory issue, that we need to recognize this and we need to know that they want, as bad as we want to do things, they want to do things and be involved and experience it. So, you know, I can only applaud you for wanting to do this, and I'm so happy that Culture City now is able to do more of these sensory rooms. And again, we're starting it in the schools so that these children can have this help that they need, so as they grow and they get out into society, things will be different for them. So I don't know what else I can say. If you haven't taken away that, I mean, this, for me, this is just a great thing. You couldn't do anything any better than what you're doing right now, is to have this room in this school and allow these children to have this opportunity. And my husband, I brought him with me because
I do talk every once in a while.
He does. He has gotten involved with me, and I'm really glad that we're a team, really, to do this. He talks a little more about the statistics of what Culture City has done as far as some of the other sensory issue areas we've gotten into, and I talk about really my passion and what I have seen with the families I've been around and the children, their appreciation for what they're getting to do. So,
thank you. I want to thank the superintendent, and I want to thank you board members for allowing us to speak this afternoon. But, you know, this is something that's very passionate to us. We don't have any children. We don't have any grandchildren that are associated with any of the debilitating issues. But this is something that we want to bring forward and be inclusive. One of the things that you look at Culture City, they're now in 9 NBA arenas having a sensory room so that the families can get out and come to the basketball games or come to an arena and watch a hockey game or go to an NFL stadium where they have sensory rooms. In the Birmingham area, you're already looking at the zoo. We had the first zoo in the state of Alabama that was sensory friendly.
well, in the country. Ours
And
is
then-
the first.
Then the situation with Botanical Gardens, McWayne Center, Alice Stevenson, they have been putting on plays for us and bringing the kids there. But you have a room there that if the child does become overwhelmed with what's going on, you can take that child back to this sensory room. You can put headsets on them. You can provide them other issues or other supplies that can calm them down, and then they can go back to the arena or go back to the school classroom. So again, we want to applaud y'all here for being involved in here in Chilton County, getting this initiative here. We've been talking to the teacher that's here, and she's very passionate about special needs. And so we want to do that. We've got some families here that we want to say,
Use it.
champion the
Make
cause.
sure they're getting what they need.
Yep.
And
Thank
call
you.
Culture City if you have any questions or if there are any needs. Let us continue to stay involved with you, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Let's see, and then next we have another set of visitors. We have a representative from the Chilton County Healthcare Authority, Ms. Terry Connell, who wants to address the board.
Thank you all, thank you. What we would like to express is the hospital that we have, that you have, that we have as a community, is a state-of-the-art facility that we would like to utilize for our athletes, for our students. Dr. James Worthen is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon. We're here 4 days a week. We see patients, athletes, students, no matter what their insurance is. We have coverage on Friday nights. We have a hotline that the emergency room calls, and they call us, and we will see that athlete. We do have a representative from one of the rehabilitation facilities here in Clanton. I don't see anyone else, but Barry Baker is here. We would like to work with the 3 rehabilitation facilities, or whomever would like to out of those, on Saturday morning to get those athletes in on Saturdays and get them working. Dr. Worthen has the capabilities of viewing the x-rays and the MRIs if necessary on Friday nights. We have a fast track. We launched it this past fall. We had about 5 athletes that came through out of everybody. But my main thing, and then I would like to allow opportunities for others to speak, is we want to keep our health care in this county. I mean, this hospital is beautiful. And Dr. Worthen is board certified in sports medicine. He's board certified in knees, shoulders, and I know y'all know that people that have gone to him and have done a wonderful job, and he cares about this community. So I want to keep our care here and not go up to Shelby County. Nothing wrong with Shelby County, but we're paying for this hospital. You're paying for this hospital. It's coming out of our money, and we want it to stay here. So, how long have I talked?
You're good.
I'm good? I'm doing good? So, I mean, that's it. We have the capabilities of taking care of your kids, of our children, and our students. And we would just like to do that and provide what is done elsewhere on Friday nights. If an athlete comes in, whether it's a cheerleader, football player, basketball player, baseball player, when they come to the emergency room, we have protocols that Dr. Worthen has written up as to what? Concussion, everything. He has protocols. They know exactly what to do. And he is called, and we converse back and forth exactly what to do. So I will turn that over.
I'll say a few things. I'm Susanna Campbell. I'm the administrator of the hospital here, if I haven't met you. Terry's exactly on point. This is your hospital. We want y'all to use it. We want you to know what services we have available. So I brought a few flyers. We want your kids to use the hospital, but we want you guys to use the hospital too, and to know what services we have available. We're constantly adding specialties. And I'll be honest with everybody, we're not performing where we need to be. We need more patients. We need more patients on the inpatient side. I don't want you to just use us for our emergency department care. I want you to come get your mammogram here. I want you to get whatever you need for care. If we can provide it, please come see us. And if you need anything, everybody knows how to find me. So please let me know if you've got any feedback related to the hospital or specialty services that you need provided. That's been our goal. We want every single specialty that's needed for this community here, so you don't have to leave. St. Vincent's Orthopedics is one thing that we're providing. We've got a pain physician, we've got an OBGYN nurse practitioner that can do your pap smears and your mammogram. We've got all of those services here, and like she said, state of the art that your healthcare authority worked so hard to bring here. So just support us. Let us know how we can support you. I'll leave these flyers with Lori and Mr. Glasscock, and if y'all have any questions for us, there's contact information on it, and just ask for Susanna if you have anything that you need from me.
I do have the phone number that is a dedicated phone number for the Friday night clinics. I can share that with whomever. We publicized it in the papers. So, I mean, when that phone rings, I'm the one that usually answers it, but I do answer it even at midnight on Friday nights. So, however, I can get that number out to everybody. So, my question would be, how can we, what do we need to do to make this go from tonight to tomorrow?
Yep.
I mean, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think you inform the board, and we will certainly discuss moving forward and see. And huge supporter of St. Vincent's. I could say a lot about St. Vincent's. I sent Ms. Susanna Campbell a personal email from our experience in the past 3 or 4 weeks. We were downtown Birmingham, but I said if this hospital has is anything like the downtown, I can't imagine. I've never, and my family have never been treated the way we were treated in the past 2 or 3 weeks.
We have a lot to be proud of. We've accomplished a lot in our short year and a half. We have the top patient experience within all of our Ascension, which is 120 hospitals across the country. We have the best patient quality scores. We've not had a serious safety event. We are providing top-notch quality patient care at your facility just a mile down the road. So utilize us. Let us know if there's something you need we don't have, and we'll work to get it.
I've been out there about 4 times.
Yes, sir.
Do I get a medal?
Yes, sir.
Lastly, the last thing that I would like to
Got
say.
good service every time.
Good.
The last thing that I would like to say.
Thank y'all for all your board members.
Thank you.
Help give you, and thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Help get the hospital here.
It's
been a
important.
wonderful thing.
It is a wonderful
I'm
thing.
dead to that.
Yes, sir. Thank you for sharing.
The last thing that I would like to say is that the surgeries on 98% of all the athletes and the students can be done here. And they are being done here. Your shoulder scopes, knee scopes, fractures, they can be done here. If it's an open fracture, they're in the ambulance and they're going north. So we hope we never have those. But if they get hit in the head, we've got concussion protocol. If it's a rotator cuff tear, we've got an MRI. And we can get real-time results, and we can have the surgeries here. That is our hospital, your hospital.
Thank you.
Thank y'all for your time.
It's plain and simple. It's something that you're paying for, and we need to utilize it in everything, all our healthcare needs. Everything that we can drive her to have out there, she will have to perform and have it there. So we've got to have a need, which.
But we got to have the patients to get
exactly
the
right.
specialists.
So
that's right.
when I say need, we got to have the patients out there
Exactly.
driving the physicians here. So this is just one part of it. It's one small part of it. But if we can get this, I know it's real political. There's a lot of things. It's a lot of moving parts with coaches and those kind of things. But if we can get the things that's created here, incident-wise, in Chilton County coming to our hospital, that revenue stays here.
That's right.
So that's very important. It's very important right now.
Absolutely. We want to be a resource for the Board of Education, however we can. So.
Okay.
And I promise this is the last thing. We do have, I promise, a very, very close friend of mine who is one of the top 5 cardiologists in the world is moving and joining Heart South. And he would very much like to be a part of helping with the school physicals. I know that we have primary care, but one of his things that he has done in Nebraska is work with student athletes he's trained to find those small little things that others might not know. And he starts actually tomorrow. And he will be, he wants to start rotating with Heart South down here, Dr. Haskat Nagaraj. So that is another benefit that I don't think that we have ever had in the past, and he wants to help us with those physicals. Now I promise that's all.
In the superintendent's office, I would just say that I would probably, in our next work session, if the board's good with that, we'll put that on our agenda to discuss as well, so.
Thank you.
That's absolutely.
Thank you for your
Thank y'all
time.
for your-
Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Y'all have a good one.
Appreciate your prayer, Mr. Barnett.
Yes, thank you.
Way to put me on the spot.
Okay, okay, item number 5 are the minutes of 2 meetings, March 20th, and the regular board meeting on April 17th.
So we approve the minutes.
Okay, is there discussion? Okay, all in favor of approving the board minutes for March 20th and April 17th? Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Item 7 is the Finance Department, and first we have the monthly financials and bank reconciliations as presented by Ms. Laverne Williams.
Okay, and I wanted to present the April financials. We should be at 58% across the board. We're higher on revenues, we're at 62%, but we're exactly at 58% on expenditures. We're trying to have, or to keep a 2-month operating fund, and we are currently over 2 months in operating fund. So we're doing great.
Okay, item B is the approval of the technology fund budget. The items listed on your handout and your attachments were those that were recommended from our Safe School Committee from that task force. So for B, we need a motion to approve the ETF Advancement and Technology Fund.
Second.
Okay, is there discussion?
Is this for the secondary entrance door frames, the A-rate matching, and then what is the Power School online registration?
Is software that will be like, where not this coming school year, but the next, where everything will be done. We don't have to have open houses at the beginning of school. People can enroll. They do all their paperwork before they come into the school, and it's part of the Safe School plan.
Well, we already had it online.
We have software to do.
I mean, we had something, because I know I would have to get mine printed out to fill out for my children.
This is everything. You don't have to print it out. You do everything. You send it straight from that website.
But what if a family doesn't have it to do at home?
Then they can go and print it out. I mean, have printed copies.
Or they can come to school and register, just like they do now.
So this is gonna be this much every year, $33,632?
No. That's initial setup and cost is $33,000, and then annually, it should tell you on the right here, annually, I circled it for you. If you look at the second page, you'll see where we circled the subscription.
So it'll be $20,545
That is
after
correct.
the first year.
It is.
What's the advantage of filling out this paperwork from what we're already doing online?
Would you like me to speak to that?
You
We
can.
spent a lot of time with that. This is part of iNow, which is brought out by Power School. This online registration model does a couple things. Number one is it catches all out of county when somebody goes to enroll their child. If they are out of county, it's going to red flag it. We're going to have to bypass the system for allow them to enroll. Second thing it's going to do is it eliminates a parent coming in or a counselor or a registrar getting inaccurate information about the student. An example that our district nearest experienced where a child's information was incorrect, that child had a seizure, the contact information was wrong because it had been entered at the school level wrong, and so that school was held liable for that student. The student almost died. The parent is responsible for all the information that is enrolled. So when they enroll their student, every year, it's done completely online and submitted into the system, and it becomes a part of iNow. So it's, most all the districts around us now have gone to InfoSnap, and the part of it is part of the Safe School Initiative. So.
How much does our other system cost? Where we was filling out this online, did we pay for it?
It's part of iNow. I mean, we've had iNow. I don't really know what you filled out at the school level. You'd have to explain that to me.
Well, all the paperwork, Mr.
The
Westcott, I mean,
forms
yeah,
that are
the
filled
All
out
those
now
forms
are
are
just
on-
on our website, and you print those out.
Those are all
They're not
on.
part of a program.
It's all embedded in this program now.
So all those forms were on our website, and
They
it
were our
was
forms.
free. They were our forms.
They are, or they were, yes.
And now this is a program where we're doing the same work in that,
The parent inputs the information. Instead of the counselors taking, part of their school year to input all that information, the parent puts it in and it loads it automatically.
And it does all the data calculation, everything for you. It's a whole program. You're
We're
talking about
anticipating-
individual papers.
We're literally anticipating being able to pay for the program just called out of county tuition. That we're gonna be, been in the past that we've had really had no way to monitor it, so.
Is there further discussion about the approval of ETF advancement and technology? Okay, all in favor of approving the ETF advancement and technology fund for the Safe School Task Force? Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. Okay, due to it being 5 o'clock, I would like to ask for a motion that we suspend this meeting and go to our public meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, is there discussion? Okay, all in favor of suspending the regular board meeting? Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. So we will take up there at 7C when we come back in. Yes, Kim. Kim, do you need to do anything? Do you need to do anything before we go into the other meetings? Okay, so what was publicized and posted was that our public meeting would be at 5 o'clock. So we will begin that meeting. If you are here to speak at the public meeting, we'll just go in no particular order. You can get up, if you'll come to the end of the table and tell us your name loudly and clearly, then express your cares, concerns. This is not a political forum, remember that. Also, we're here to listen to your concerns today. We won't act on anything that's presented today. We'll listen to it and consider it and then move forward from there. Okay? So whoever would like to start can start.
My name is Angie Sanderson. I think most of you know me. I first want to say thank you for hearing me out. I have 3 quick points that I just want to share with you. I have been asked by numerous teachers and counselors and parents and students if I would just share a few of their views and concerns. The first one is the flex.